So, I am in a busy location right now, and I want to talk about how doing things like this cured or helped a lot of my social anxiety go away. So, basically, 10 years ago, I was spending a lot of time behind my computer and, a lot of computer people. I was very introverted, very insecure. So, I wanted to do something, and then I went to places like this, do social challenges, and that helped me. That was challenges, but these things made me feel a lot more ease with myself. So that's been a good thing. It's been a rough journey, but I also learned a lot, and it was cool. So the way I actually started 10 years ago was just by going here first of all, and then trying to approach people. That was something that I did, and that in itself, it's quite a challenge. Even just making eye contact with a stranger was quite challenging for me. But I did it, and then eventually practicing this for a long time and day after day, because I did this a lot, I eventually got more confident. Now, I'm not the type that, I was a type, and I was really dealt with a lot of awkwardness and things like that. So there are some people that said I have autism, but it is what it is, whether it is that or whether it's not that. The fact is that I dealt with a lot of social anxiety and a lot of social challenges. So doing this over a long time really helped me develop, made me feel a lot more secure in myself. And it's never perfect. I always feel still, there's that girl I can't approach. There are certain conversations I can't have, and I still can't really get the girlfriend that I want. I had some problems and things like that, but overall, I feel most of the time just a lot more confident in myself. When I'm out, when I'm among people, I don't feel as scared anymore. I can feel I can express myself more freely. And that's something that took a long time to develop. Doing approaches, even with these YouTube videos, which is something I'm only doing recently. But it's also a challenge, right? And then sales and stuff like that. So those were all the things I did. So if you are someone who really deals with a lot of anxiety right now, if you feel maybe you're a bit nerdy or you're a bit introverted, there is a way you can improve that. It's not, for most people, it's not that easy. It does come with work, but you can improve yourself, and that's the bright thing to life. But you probably need to kind of realize, if you are now spending a lot of time behind your computer, you probably need to realize that even though, let's say you're playing video games, there's people who take video games really seriously. I was one of them. And so you might find meaning in that, and that's not a bad thing per se, but you need to realize, even though you might find meaning in that, it's still a distraction, right? You're not really building your life. You're probably not really making money, or probably not finding social security in yourself. Maybe you don't have the friends that you want. Maybe you feel you're not confident or expressive. Maybe you can't approach people. You would really like to try that. So do things like this. It's a great way to do. It's also what I'm going to build my offer around. I'm going to build my offer around both business and social freedom. So yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be both of that, because if you just chase social freedom, or you just do approaches all the time, that might make you really confident, but it doesn't necessarily give you like the freedom, the life freedom. You need money for that at the end of the day. So that's why you also need business skills, in my opinion. Some people want the normal career, and that's fine also. But if you do that, you're spending a lot of time on getting an average salary. And that's never something that I really wanted. But you can't be deluded either, because actually having a successful business is a lot more difficult than it seems in 99.9% of cases. So, there is this image that they have online. Everyone's super rich and famous as influencers, but that's really not the reality. It is possible, but for most people, it is a long and difficult grind to get there. I do think it's worth it, but it is a commitment you need to make. Anyway, with the social freedom stuff, I can see I'm now passing by some guys here that are drinking in €8. And I just felt like this weird thoughts going through my mind, like I'm making these weird YouTube videos. But it's really about being aware of those thoughts and calibrating them, which means like dealing with them properly, not putting them aside necessarily, but also not sinking, also not giving in to them. You need to feel like a good way of going about these thoughts. And so, the way I did that, it was like, okay, I feel a little bit strange right now, but I'm just walking here, and like I just want to be myself. I just, whatever people think of me doesn't matter that much, but I still want to calibrate. I don't want to be like a pest to people around me, so I still want to take care of my intent, that I'm right and things like that, and that I just make people feel good, or at least try to make them feel like what I'm doing is normal and right. So there's a lot of like nuances that go into all of this, and just being more socially free doesn't necessarily mean that you are more socially skilled. Like there's a lot of nuances that go into that. Being a good communicator does not necessarily mean that you feel the most freedom in how you express yourself. It's a complicated skill set. Depends which way you want to go. But for me, I still want to call it social freedom, because for me, like I was just really, really, really insecure. And I just wanted to feel more safety. I just wanted to feel more freedom in how I can express myself and be in the world. So that's why I did things like this. And that's why I'm still doing these things to this day. Even though I already improved a lot, there's still a lot more that I want to do. I want to make more approaches. I want to meet more people. I want to keep developing myself. I want to build my business. And I want to just make life as good as fucking possible. That's the goal for me. Because we all have 80-something years to live, or like most of us do. So, you rather want to make it a journey where you feel free, socially expressive, and live the life that you want and a life that feels fulfilling and great. So that's, I think, is the thing to change. But anyway, that's the video for today. Check out my next video if you want. See you guys later. Bye bye.